Hi guys, before the general election I asked the question, does Labour really want to win power? Because it's a bit of a poisoned chalice. What I meant by that was that they would struggle both economically to fix the problems the Tories had created over the last 14 years and be torn apart by right-wing media over what they will paint as political decisions. So when GB News popped out onto the street to interview people, the response they received from members of the public was as concerning as you can imagine. Have a listen to this.
We target people that have gone to work all their lives. There's people on benefits that don't need to be on benefits that are getting 3-4 times more than we are that have worked. I had 3 jobs at one time when my kids were small.
Okay, so 2 problems with this. Of course, this idea that, well, what you do is you pay into a pension throughout your life, and then at the end of your end of your working career, you retire and you claim that money back. That's not how it works. The pension that this lady is claiming, unless it's a private pension, the pension she's claiming is based on what people today are paying into it. So the young people today are paying for the pensions of today. It's not you paid in the past and you claim it back. It doesn't work like that. That's why it's so important that you have a strong workforce. It's so important why if there are vacancies that they are filled irrespective of where the people come from. If you want to have a pension system maintained, you need workers paying into it today. Now, the other point, of course, is who is she angry with? She's angry with people on benefits. So the right-wing rhetoric has worked. It has convinced this lady that she shouldn't be angry with the government, the political parties. She should be angry with people on benefits, believing that they're benefiting more than she is.
Have worked. I had 3 jobs at one time when my kids were small.
The winter fuel payment for everyone, I think, was a bit ludicrous. I mean, I've heard of pensioners who've got private pensions who don't really need it, saying, "Oh well, I just bought a guitar freak. I just bought a new guitar." And I think, "Oh well, yeah, it's not really supposed to be for that."
No, it's not. Okay, so the argument here, of course, is it should be more focused and it should not be universal. I'm an advocate for universal systems, universal programs, because it's actually cheaper. In many cases, it's cheaper just to have it universal than have it means tested. Because some rich people will get some money that they don't need. But the flip side of that is that you need to have a bureaucracy in place that will decide, okay, who receives this money or this support and who doesn't. And there are people who are on the borderline. Some people who may, 1 week deserve the money and 1 week not deserve it because they do overtime or something like that. And that can put them into a very difficult situation the following week or the following month or whatever. So it's better actually there's a cost, but the cost, it seems, is generally cheaper than having a means-tested system. Now, politically, it's better to have a means-tested system because you're able to say, look, the support is focused. We're not giving rich people money that they don't need. But economically, it's better. And for society, it's actually better because you won't have people falling through the gaps.
We're already going through challenges with the economic living crisis, so it's not good news.
It's not good. People need support at the moment, and the government can make a decision where they roll back some of these policies. Now, when it comes to the off-gem price cap, there's very little the government can do. They could try and put through legislation, but Parliament is closed at the moment. But this is an independent body. So the government are supposed to respect the independence of that body. Now, what they could do is provide support in some other way, and I hope they do that. But when it comes to an independent body, there's very little the government can do. But when it comes to their own policies, they have to consider rolling some of them back for either political reasons or economic ones.
I'm a staunch Labour voter, and I was ashamed to see a Labour government hit the poorest people the most. And I am partially sighted, deemed blind, and I don't think we'll get a penny.
Okay, we don't know his situation, and I'm a bit skeptical that he's a staunch Labour voter, but let's say for the sake of argument he is. That's irrelevant to the discussion here. If Labour want to maintain support of the public, they need to be seen as doing something for the public. And at the moment, whether the policy is economically viable or not, the political perception people have is that it's negative, that it's impacting the poorest in society, it's punishing people, it's punishing the older generation. And if Labour want to hold on to these voters, they need to be seen to do something. It's all about perception, and the perception at the moment is pretty negative. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.